I'm Liam.
I'm Wayne,
You're listening to In Film We Trust YouTube.
a place where we post clips from our recent episode.
All links down below in the description.
And now, on with the show.
You've got this guy, he's coming to the sound studio and he's meeting the other people. And the producer, Francesco, very sleazy producer, he says, "A new world of sound awaits you, a new world that requires all your magic powers."
And do you know what he says when Gilderoy first enters the studio?
What does he say?
He says, "Come this way, Gilderoy, don't be afraid." Do you ever get the notion that they're always trying to... It's almost like an initiation to him.
It is.
They're initiating him into this world.
Even when he greets him, he says, like, what kind of greeting is that? Because he doesn't... It's almost like he's affronted that he doesn't give him a hug and a kiss on the cheek.
Well, Peter Strickland was kind of... I think an interviewer posed this question about, is he afraid that this could come a bit anti-Italian? Because there's a very cultural clash, isn't there?
There is.
Because the Italians are a little stereotypical, because they're very passionate.
This is how we do this in our country, kind of thing.
And Gilderoy is...
very reserved, very held back.
Would you almost borderline say Gilderoy is kind of pathetic?
In a sense, yeah. He's definitely made to look that way. I even noticed in the costumes, because he's generally wearing kind of very bland suits, but then you get like the director who's got these really flashy leather jackets.
Yeah, they've gone full 70s, haven't they?
Also,
flares.
Yeah, also, Toby Jones being shorter than pretty much all of them guys, I'm positive that was deliberate choice.
Yeah, he's very diminutive.
He's constantly put into situations where he looks like he's just a little man among giants.
Yeah, he's very non-threatening.
He is very much. Even his facial expressions, because a lot of the time he looks kind of
perplexed.
Yeah, out of it, like he's not sure what's going on. And if there's like a cut and they have to do something else, he's like, "Oh, why? What was wrong with that?"
Well, as we said, the film within the film, To Berberian, is the equestrian vortex. Mm-hmm. And Gilderoy actually came onto this film thinking the film was actually about horse riding.
It was, yeah. He even says that when they're watching, he's like, "What kind of film is this? I thought it was about horses."
Can you take a job and not know what the hell it's about?
I have no idea. In fact, here's something that got me throughout the film is, why Gilderoy? Why do they need this guy? It's not like he's proven to be, like you say, he's doing like little work in his garden shed. Why do they need somebody like him to come from another country to do sound mixing on this film?
That is the most bizarre thing. I had no idea. And do you know when Fabio enters? Fabio is kind of a producer playboy. He doesn't really give a shit about the film.
Very much
all
so,
he really all his parts are pretty much him entering the room, wanting to party,
coming in, being flashy, being all cool. Again, totally at odds with whatever Gilderoy is doing. Because again, you say he's kind of pathetic. He's pictured as a kind of a boring guy as well.
Yeah, very
boring. Isn't very reserved.
He's kind of that stereotypically middle-class Englishman.
He is, yeah, kind of who gets the most pleasure of reading notes from home, basically.
Yeah, so Fabio says to Francesco, "Where did you find him?" He says it in Italian, because a lot of this film plays out in Italian.
It does, and actually, that's another little touch I liked, because he comes in, and, they're all talking in Italian around him, so he's already out of his depth. And then at one point, I think Gilderoy says ciao to someone, like hello, and then... one of them says, "Oh, good to see your Italian's improving," but he says it to Gilderoy in Italian. How is he supposed to understand that?
Do you not find, I found this as well, you know when Francesco and that are in, when Gilderoy first comes, and he's almost the butt of the joke from the get-go, isn't he?
He is, yeah. He's almost brought in as he's brought in like a whipping boy.
Yeah, I saw somebody mention that it's almost... more than anything, a comment on workplace bullying.
Yeah, that is. I think bullying does play a big part in this, especially with him, because he's constantly kicked around. I did notice at the beginning they're a bit strange, but they're very warm and cordial to him. But as the movie goes on, it's like they become completely antagonistic towards him.
Yeah, well, when Santini enters, and Santini's the director of the film within the film, The Equestrian Vortex, and he's bigging up Gilderoy, isn't he?
He's kind of at odds with Francesco on that issue.
Yeah, and he's overcompensating, isn't he?
Yeah, and those two go back and forward all the time about Gilderoy, but he's constantly caught that, and because it's in Italian, he doesn't know what's being said.
Because Francesco's thing is everybody has to be professional. Yeah, he's not very professional.
He's not professional himself at all. He's kind of a dick. Actually, one line I really loved is when they're doing. The actresses are doing screaming in the sound booth recording work.
Sylvia.
Yeah, he says at one point she can't even scream in Italian. How do you scream in Italian?
I know.
It's strange, but he is, I'd say, maybe one of the main antagonists of the film.